The following is a special live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And ho 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 ho, we got 3 special streams for you this week, today, tomorrow, and Friday. And depending on my mood on Thanksgiving, we might actually do something Thanksgiving night, but don't hold me to that. Today we go back to baseball. There's a whole bunch of 5-year franchise teams that Steven somebody homebrewed for Action PC. And so I said to myself, birthday self, are you interested in doing some Red Sox baseball this week? Yes. Yes, I am. And so we feature the 2001 to 2005 Boston Red Sox versus the Ron as a teenager Boston Red Sox for the first of my birthday specials. It's Turkey Day Baseball. It's Pedro Martinez. It's Roger Clemens. What more could you want? Next. See how high we can drive that voice as Retro Sports Network presents Turkey Day Baseball today. From Fenway Park, the Red Sox can't lose, as it's the early aughts, 20 aughts, 2000 or Boston Red Sox versus the mid-80s Boston Red Sox. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. I forgot to put the uniforms for the road crew, but you know what they are anyway. Oops. Unstable. That's interesting. Not sure why. Are we having an issue? We should not be having an issue here. Anyway. Well, I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see, but we'll get there anyway. And so it is the mid-80s Boston Red Sox versus the early 2000s Boston Red Sox here at Fenway Park. And surprise, surprise, in a 1 game off, it's going to be Roger Clemens, the Rocket, getting the call. And I believe this is his 1987 year that he's seeing. So 35 games, 270 innings, 217 pitches, 20 homers, or 217 hits, 20 homers, 76 walks, 251 strikeouts. Clemens is 25. I'm surprised he didn't go with 86 Clemens here, but he went with 87. 22-7 with a 2.77 earned run average. Clemens is a ground ball pitcher, and he specializes in the splitter. And the fastball tops out at about 94 miles an hour. Lineup he will face: Johnny Damon in center field, leads off for the world champion Sox. Nomar Garciaparra, how you doing, Big Dave? At short, will bat second. David Ortiz, the DH, he goes third. Manny Ramirez cleans up and left. Jason Varitek, the captain behind the plate, goes fifth. Trot Nixon in right will bat sixth. Kevin Millar, Cowboys up at first, will go seventh. Mark Bellhorn at second goes eighth. And Bill Miller at third will go ninth. Mike Greenwell is in left as we set the defense for Boston. An 8 and a 7 in left. Ellis Burks a 7 and a 5 in center. Dwight Evans has a 7 range. We'll tell you the arm in a moment. Wade Boggs an 8 at third. Jody Reed a 5 at short. Marty Barrett a 4 at second. Bill Buckner a 5 at first. Gedman behind the plate a 5 and a 7. And Roger Clemens is a 5 on the mound with a .957 fielding percentage. And whatever year they chose for Damon, 310, 15 homers, and 84 RBI. It's a warm night in Boston, not a warm day in Burlington. It was 33 degrees at 5 minutes after 12. And the sun is shining on a windy Tuesday, the 22nd day of November, 2022. Clemens, oops, I forgot to change out. Wines and deals And Damon strikes out, gets away from Gedman, and there's one out. Evans, by the way, an 8-arm. And I forgot to set the other ones. Interesting batting order for the 2000 Sox. You know, it's funny. I just came up with that myself. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Of course, in 04, Garciaparra would be traded. And honestly, that was the trade that sent pretty much gave the Red Sox the missing pieces for that World Series. So it's kind of a combo team. Dixon rated very high. Al, Red Sox fan, has done a couple of these streams. And, of course, Miller won the batting title on the 9-hole in 03. Nomar at 306, 26 homers, 112 RBI. What year Nomar are they using? 2003. Oof. Clemens is from 87, Bernie. And the pitch to Nomar is a ground ball to Roger. He'll throw to Buckner covering, and there is... Nomar beat it out. Where's the snow? There's no snow in Boston. That's Buffalo. So Nomar beat out the infield hit. Here's Ortiz, 301, 44 homers, and 144 RBI, and those are his 2005 numbers. So our snow is gone. We have a little bit. We had a wind chill yesterday of 11. Clemens delivers the one out to Ortiz, and Garciaparra goes a throw to Jody Reed, and Nomar is out. Gedman is a good arm. He's a 7. Yeah, Pedro and Roger. The teenager, of course, loved Roger, but it's Pedro's the one I have the poster of on the wall. Johnny Damon, by the way, 2004. Matt's mom lives near Southwest Michigan, or lives in Southwest Michigan, about 10 miles from the lake, and they got 17 inches. So when 0-2 to Ortiz, Clemens winds and deals, and that's grounded foul first base side. And we'll do it again. We didn't get anything from the lake effect snow. We had 3 inches about a week ago, and most of it was gone. But now it got cold. We had a wind chill of 11 degrees yesterday in Burlington. 0-2 to Poppy. Ortiz lines one to Buckner. Or lines one to right. Foul. So he keeps working Roger here. 2 out, nobody on. Top of the first. Clemens deals. And Ortiz draws the walk. So a 2-out walk after Garciaparra was thrown out trying to steal. And the man, the myth, the legend, Manny Ramirez is the 2003 version. 336, 35 homers, 106 RBI. Clemens from the stretch with 2 out. And he hits Manny. There's my Roger. So first and second, 2 out for the captain, Jason Varitek. And we are using the 2005 version of Varitek. 289, 20 homers, 72 RBI. Down in, no, you're not in, that's Matt, that's in Houston. In Pennsylvania, I think, called for flurries a few days ago, and you got a 22-degree wind chill. No snow yet. Nice today, 45 and sunny. Perfect day for baseball. Ortiz on second, Ramirez on first, 2 out. Clemens delivers to Varitek, hits a ground ball to Barrett. Clemens runs over to the mound to cover. Buckner's going to get that, rather. Over to Roger, and that will retire the side. So, the World Champs version gets a hit batsman and a hit, but do not score. They leave on 2. Half an inning in the books. Here's Pedro. to face the mid-80s Red Sox. So Pedro, we're going with the 2002 version here. 30 years old, features the cutter at 93 and a ground ball pitcher. 30 starts, 197 innings, 148 hits, 10 homers, 45 walks, and 226 strikeouts. This will be the mid-80s Red Sox lineup. Wade Boggs leads off at third. Marty Barrett at second will bat second. Jim Rice, the DH, goes third. Dwight Evans in right cleans up. Mike Greenwell in left will bat fifth. This lineup would have won a World Series. Ellis Burks in center goes sixth. Rich Gedman behind the plate goes seventh. Bill Buckner, his on-base percentage isn't very high, so he's eighth. And Jody Reed is at short, will bat ninth. It'll be Manram in left. I believe he's a 4 and a 5. Johnny Damon gets the benefit of the doubt in center. He's a 5 and a 4. Nixon is 7 and right. We'll get to the arm in a moment. Bill Miller a 5 at third. Garcia Parra a 6 at second, or short. Mark Bellhorn a 6 at second. Millar a 4 at first. Veritek a 7 and a 5 behind the plate. Martinez a 5 with a 971 fielding percentage. Not the world's best defensive club. Boggs is from 88 in this version, so Morgan Magic. 364, 14 homers, and 74 RBI. Martinez starts his effort with a ground ball to third. Muller's going to have to hurry. Bill goes to first, and Boggs is huffing and puffing and eating the chicken, and he is safe. So Wade Boggs beats it out. Nixon, by the way, is a 7 and 6 in right. Here's Marty Barrett. Marty, we get the 86 version of. 291, 4 homers, and 52 RBI. Sunny day in Boston, 81 degrees. Martinez deals, and Barrett hits one to Pedro. Bellhorn for 1, over to Millar for 2, and there's 2 out. Manny a 4 and a 5 and left. So here's Jim Rice. My two favorite players of all time are in this game, and they're both DHs. So if you ever ask me about what I think of the DH, I am all for it. I'm assuming this is 86 Rice. It is. 309, 24 homers, and 107 RBI. And yes, he did ground into 27 double plays. But if the Red Sox win that World Series, I wonder, just because Rice was so key that year, if he waits the full 15 years to get in. Pedro's pitch with 2 out, and Rice just kind of takes one off the shoulder and goes to first. So 2 out for Dewey, who should be in the Hall of Fame. 1987 version for Dwight. 298, 28 homers, and 117 RBI. Pedro kicks and fires, and Evans strikes out. So no runs, a hit, and no errors, and we've all had our hit batter, and after 1, no score. So Nixon, Millar, and Bellhorn. Nixon, you get the 02 version, and people forget just how good he was. Injuries took a toll. He really was a dirt dog. 279, 26 homers, and 90 RBI. And now we're saying the strength is excellent. That's better. So Clemens starts the second with a ground ball to Buckner. Bill to the bag himself, 1 out. So it'll be Kevin Millar, and this will be the 03 version of Kevin Millar. At 287, 21 homers, and 85 RBI. Yeah, Rice didn't get along with the sports writers. Eddie Murray didn't get along with the sports writers. Ted Williams didn't get along with the sports. Ted wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer either, was he? Pitch to Kevin. There's a fly ball left field. Back goes Greenwell. He goes to the base of the wall, and that is gone. That's in the screen. Millar indeed does cowboy up, and the World Series version of the Red Sox go up 1-0. So here's Bellhorn, and you get the 2004 version. Mark 248, 12 homers, and 55 RBI, and struck out 143 times. Clemens roughs up the baseball, winds and deals, and Bellhorn swings and foul tips it in the glove of Gedman, 2 out. So the last of the hitters is Bill Miller. 307, 16 homers, and 71 RBI, and that is the batting champion version from 2003. And he must be the only player in Major League history to win the batting title from the 9-hole. 2 out, Clemens deals, and Miller draws the walk. So the opening 9 for Clemens, 40 pitches, hitting in 2/3, 2 hits, the home run to Millar. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Damon struck out to start the ball game. He's 0 for 1. Chopper to first. Buckner will pick it up, goes to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. But the world champion versions get the solo homer from Kevin Millar. We go to the bottom of the second here at Fenway, 1-0. Oughts. So Greenwell, Burks, and Gedman to face Pedro. 88 for Mike? Yes, I was right. Wow. So 88 Gator, 327, 20 homers, and 104 RBI. Of course, lost in all the years with Ramirez, of course, and Yaz and Rice, and of course, and Ted Williams, is that Mike Greenwell in his own right was a very good left fielder. Pitch from Pedro to start the second, and Greenwell strikes out. A 2-2 on the inside part of the plate, 1 out for Ellis Burks, who's not going to bunt. Ellis, the 88 version, 284, 19 homers, and 76 RBI. Of course, Ellis Burks, the one link from 1988 to 2004. If you remember, he was a part-time DH for Boston in 2004. Of all the players in this 5-year stretch, Burks is the lone one to get a ring with the Red Sox. Boggs, we don't talk about it, but he got one with the Yankees in '96. Pitch to Ellis. There's a chopper to third. Miller on the dirt. He's going to have to hurry. That's a long throw. Millar on the bag, and that is 2 out. So Gedman, I'm going to guess 86 here. Am I right? No, 85. 277, 17 homers, 73 RBI. 2 out, Pedro rocks and deals. And Gedman strikes out. Pedro got him to swing and miss. And so no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the third. It's the champs 1, the AL pennant winners nothing. So Nomar, Ortiz, and Ramirez. If you're interested, this download, I don't know if it's made it to the Action PC community website or not. I got it off the forums. And tomorrow, we'll see a National League battle between the Montreal Expos and the Washington Nationals. Nomar singled his first time up. Garcia Parra to short, and Reed won't make a play. So he muffed it. That's an error. And that'll bring up Poppy, who walked his first time up. So 1 out. Garciaparra on first, and Clemens struck him out. 2-2 fastball. Ortiz chased. 1 out. So here's Manny Ramirez, who got hit by a pitch. There's a liner past Barrett into center field, and that will be a single for Manny. And Nomar goes to third. So runners on the corners for Jason Varitek, who's 0 for 1. So Nomar on third. Ramirez on first. 1 out. Pitch to the captain. Up the middle, past Reed and Barrett, and Garciaparra is going to score on the single. So Varitek drives in a run, and it's 2-0 Younger Sox. So here's Nixon. So Bernie, what's your favorite era of Red Sox baseball? First and second, Ramirez on second, Varitek on first. And Nixon's 0 for 1. Clemens from the stretch. And he walks Nixon for Millar, who homered his last time up. And they're loaded, which is what some of you are going to be on Thursday. Just loaded. Millar, a solo homer. So Manny on third. Varitek on second. Nixon on first. Gedman and Clemens have a word. The word is Tim McCarver. Pitch to Millar. In the center field, Burks moving over. Should make the catch. Ramirez probably will tag. Manny goes back. Burks has it. He will throw home, or throw in the infield. Ramirez will score, and it's 3-0 Younger Sox. And that'll bring up Bellhorn. Mark struck out his first time up. So Varitek on second, Nixon on first for Bellhorn, who struck out his first time up. Not a great effort for Roger. Clemens kicks and fires, and Bellhorn strikes out. Got him on the inside corner. The Younger Sox put 2 on the board and give Pedro a 3-run lead. 2 hits and an error after 2.5. 3-0 Boston. So it'll be Buckner from 85 at the plate. 284, 17 homers, 43 doubles, and 106 RBI. He came over in 84 in a trade that really benefited both ball clubs because Chicago got Dennis Eckersley. Pitch to Billy Buck. Buckner swings, ground ball to Nomar in the hole. Good play. Long throw to first for the out. And so the last of the batters that we're going to guess, I'm going to guess Joe. 184 bets? I bet that's 87. Am I right? 88, Jody Reed. He came up at the end of the year. Okay. Reed at 293, a homer, and 18 RBI. And, of course, he would play more second base than short. It just goes to show you just how mediocre the Red Sox were at shortstop in this era. Pedro winds and fires, and Reed draws the walk. So the opening 9 for Pedro, 37 pitches, 2 1/3. A hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Here's Boggs. Wade single, his first time up. Pitch to Wade. Walked him. So first and second, nobody, or 1 out for Marty Barrett, who can bunt. Marty is 0 for 1 and is going to square. They're playing back. Marty puts the bunt down, and Varitek isn't going to get anybody. How about that? A late throw to Millar covering. But Marty was out like a house of fire out of the box. And Varitek got a bad jump. So they're loaded for Jim Rice, who again still had some power in '86. It's not like the late '70s years. But he has Reed on third, Boggs on second, and Barrett on first. Martinez trying to bear down, and Rice strikes out. A full count cutter, and that's not what Rice wanted. And you leave it up to Evans. Dwight 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Now, if Evans is retired, this would be mid-'80s Red Sox baseball. Martinez delivers. Dewey hits a fly ball right center field. Damon edging over, and indeed the Red Sox will leave him loaded. No runs, a hit, no errors. And we go to the fourth here at Fenway. 3-0 Boston. The younger. So in case you're wondering, the world champion version of the Red Sox have 3 runs, but only 1 is earned. Here's Miller. Miller walked his first time up. Clemens starts the fourth with a fly ball left center field. Burks moving over. 1 out. Is Bernie still with us? Johnny Damon is 0 for 2. He struck out. So Clemens, not a great effort. 82 pitches, 3 1/3 innings, 18 batters, 4 hits. The home run to Millar. He has walked 3 while striking out 4. Pitch to Damon. There's a ground ball to Barrett. Marty coming in. Throws to first for the out. 2 out for Nomar, who's 1 for 2. 5-year samples like this, I think, are pretty fair. Oh, you had to take a phone call. You get into the all-time franchise greats, and you either have great pitching or great hitting, but not either of in a game, and so you get complaints, well, why did Seaver give up 9 home runs, or why did Tug McGraw strike out 40 or whatever. But a 5-year stretch is enough of a difference to get a good taste of both teams. Clemens pitch, and Nomar rips this one into the alley in left center. Greenwell will pick it up, and Jody Reed should have had that. So you get to see players like Greenwell and Burks, not necessarily those of, you think of great Red Sox. I'm looking at the more modern era. Miller kind of gets forgotten over the years. Nixon had some fantastic years around the turn of the century. And, of course, the Hall of Famer Ortiz, who was walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. 2 out, top the fourth. Clemens delivers. And he got him. Ortiz swung on and missed a fastball out of the zone, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. Bottom 4 at the Fens. It's the modern Sox 3, the 80 Sox nothing. It's 88 Reed they have here, Bernie. He wasn't a shortstop. But in the Spike Owens and Jackie Gutierrez's of the world, and that was a pretty weak position until Nomar took it over. But yeah, Reed was Marty Barrett's replacement. Greenwell struck out his first time up. And he draws the walk. What's your favorite era of Red Sox baseball? Ellis Burks. I'd ask I.D. Jester what his favorite era of Red Sox baseball is. Ellis is 0 for 1, by the way. And he will swear up and down that the Red Sox winning the 2004 World Series, so says a St. Louis Cardinal fan, was the worst thing ever to happen. I tried to remind him. Pitch to Burks. Ellis hits a ground ball, base hit right side, past Bellhorn. Nixon will pick it up. And Greenwell's going to hold. Unfortunately, John McNamara is the manager. That maybe the 2016 Chicago Cubs would be a better choice for if you're going to be a bitter Cardinal fan. Just saying. He won't watch. Here's Gedman. He struck out his first time up. First and second, nobody out. 80s Red Sox trying to make some noise off of Pedro here in the fourth. Varitek and Martinez have a word. And the word is vamos. Gedman pops up. Left side. Miller will make the catch. One out. I almost played them, the 75-79 Red Sox. Because then you get Yaz and Fred Lynn, who are criminally underrated. But these are the ones that those mid-80s, so you're about 10 years older than I am, Bernie, then, huh? Someone turns 51 on Saturday. I won't mention any names. Good speed on the bases, by the way, as Buckner's 0 for 1. And so why not? Double steal. There they go. Varitek throws down to third. Gonna be close. Greenwell slides and is out. So they get the Gator. 2 out and Burks goes to second. A 1-strike pitch. The one thing that I would say would be the 20 years older. Oh, wow. I'm surprised you didn't say the late 60s. Because they were good in 68 and 69. Yaz won the batting title in 68, hitting .301. So Burks on second for Buckner with a 1-strike count. Billy Buck up the middle, past Bellhorn. Burks will round third. Damon will try for the plate, I'd imagine. Buckner will go to second. The throw down to Varitek, and Burks is in there easy. And it's 3-1. So Buckner with an RBI single gets the 80s version on the board. Here's Jody Reed. He walked his first time up. I don't know if I finished the thought on Yaz, but he won the batting title in 68, hitting .301. Your favorite team is 67. I think we all have a soft spot for 2004. Absolutely. And those of you who aren't Red Sox fans are going, are we done yet? Pitch to Reed. Jody. Ground ball to Bellhorn. Mark will go to Garcia. No, going to go to Millar. And that will retire the side. So the 80s Red Sox get on the board. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. And surprise, surprise, in a Red Sox game, 11 runners have been stranded through 4 innings. Imagine that. After 4, 3-1 younger. So Manny, Varitek, and Nixon to face Clemens. Manny singled and scored and was hit by a pitch. The one argument I would say against those late 70 Red Sox teams is pitching compared to these two teams on the field. I mean, Eckersley in 78 was pretty good. Tion had some good years. But I'd imagine in the greatest hits league, Bill Lee would just get wrecked. And Mike Torres is not on the top of my Christmas card list. Pitch to Manny. Walked him. In the 70s league, Bob Stanley would do well. Here's Varitek. Jason 1 for 2. He is singled and driven in a run. Ground ball to first. Buckner takes it, goes to second for 1. Reed pivots, throws to first, and they get the captain. So a 3-6-3 double play, and there's 2 out for Nixon, who was 0 for 1 with a walk. There's a line drive right center field over the head of Barrett. Burks will cut it off, and the throw goes in there. Bernie Strom attended 50, 60 games at Fenway in 67, including the night that Caglignaro was beamed Friday night against the Angels and Jack Hamilton. So 2 out for Millar, who hit the home run. He's driven into the Saturday game of that weekend set. Some of exists on YouTube with Kurt Gowdy and Pee Wee Reese. And you were there the last 2 games against the Twins. So Yaz is 44th. Were you one of the people ripping the jersey off of Jim Longborg? Pitch to Millar. Kevin. Got him. That's 6 for Roger. He chased one out of the zone, and that will retire the side. Halfway home on a Tuesday afternoon, Thanksgiving week. It's the 01 to 05 Sox 3, the mid-80s 1. Joining us late, here's how we got here on this Turkey Day Baseball special. Kevin Millar, solo homer for the champion Red Sox to make it 1-0 in the second. They got 2 more in the third. Jason Varitek an RBI single, and Kevin Millar a sac fly to make it 3-0. And then in the fourth, Billy Buckner with an RBI single to score Ellis Burks to make it 3-1. So Pedro Martinez, a 4-hitter through 4. He has walked 3 and struck out 4 on 72 pitches. Roger Clemens threw 5 innings, 6 hits, only the 1 earned run. He's walked 4, which is unusual for Roger, and struck out 6. Oh, that entire Saturday game is on YouTube as well. So Bernie, if you have that game on the DVD, the Saturday game, the one where Ted Kennedy is there, you can be seen 6 rows behind home plate as a 16-year-old. Yeah, you got a few years on me. Just a couple. So it'll be Wade Boggs, Marty Barrett, and Jim Rice to face Pedro. PD opening 18, 72 pitches, 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. That Saturday game against the Twins, I think Hubert Humphrey is there for that as well, is the oldest 9-inning complete game in color on videotape. Pitch to Boggs. Wade is a fly ball to right. Nixon going back to the track will make the catch for the out. 1 away from Marty. Barrett is 1 for 2. He is singled and grounded into a double play. I've watched parts of that. Fenway just looks so different. So different from what I grew up with in the 80s and early 90s. Pitch to Marty. There's a liner in the left field. It's going to drop in front of Manny. That's a single. And there's 1 out for Rice, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The loudest you ever heard Fenway was when Yaz hit his 44th on the Saturday. Of course, Yaz just carried that team down the stretch in 67. Fly ball, left field, Ramirez, and somebody put their pizza down gently on the ground to make that catch from Woburn. So a 1-2 count now to Jim Ed, who's also been hit by a pitch. Pedro delivers, and Rice draws the walk, so Pedro lost him. So first and second. Pedro didn't like the call, and the Yankee fans who are umpiring say, just shut up and throw strikes. You beat us badly enough. Here's Dewey. Dwight is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, 1 out, and Evans is the go-ahead run. Dewey into right center field. Damon moseys over, and that ball continues to move. Damon makes the catch. Barrett and Rice run back, and Marty will bluff, but not go to third. 2 out for Greenwell. Mike has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. So the modern Sox have left on 7. The 80 Sox have left on 5. Pedro delivers to Greenwell. And there's a lacer down the line and left. That's going to score too. Ramirez, well, wait a minute. Ramirez better get it. Barrett scores. Rice has to hold it third. It's a ground rule double. That's why. The ball girl made a play on it. And that's not Mrs. Field and her cookies. And so Greenwell was probably only going to get 2 anyway, but Rice was halfway around the line and is sent back to third. So 2 out for Burks. Ellis 1 for 2. He is singled and scored. But Rice is sent back. So 3-2 the score now. Pitch to Ellis. And there's a high fly ball, left center field. Ramirez will rest against the wall and make the catch. And so that cost the older Sox a run. They get a run, however, 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 6th, 3-2 Younger. Bernie says Fenway has sure changed over the 62 years he's been going to games. What hasn't changed is how beautiful all that green looks when first going up the ramp to the field. And John says, we have something in common. You can see John at the Little League World Series. He was a 10-year-old sitting on the concrete above the dugout just over the left shoulder of the right-handed hitter on the close-up dugout shot. You're not the first person to get shot and manure mixed up, saying it fast. Those were the days your step-grandmother's daughter can drop you off by herself to spend a day watching baseball and eating junk and giving you the runs of many kinds. Harriet Bellhorn has struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Clemens starts the 6th. He got him again. That's 7. A 1-2 fastball on the inside corner. And then I'll bring up Miller, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. And I was giving me a hard time when I started. And again, I don't understand why the mobile outfit app for Twitch is terrible. Pitch to Bill. Liner left field. Greenwell. 2 out. Here's Damon. Johnny is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Damon goes down by way of the K, and that might be it for Clemens. 5.5 in the books. No runs, no hits, no errors. Both teams have left on 7. It's 3-2 Younger Red Sox. So Gedman, Buckner, and Reed to face Pedro here in the 6th. Gedman is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And we'll be back in a moment. We got an error, and so I must find the game again and restart it from the point where it crashed. Please stand by. My goodness. Well, we're starting with the bottom of the sixth, and it's going to be Gedman, Buckner, and Reed. Gedman 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Yep. You know what, though? I'm not sure, Bernie. I mean, we did close to 100 games, if not more, for the 85 season, and I don't remember having a runtime error. Pitch to Gedman. There's a fly ball right field. Nixon coming in for the out. Poor Dave Little trying to stream the basketball with his great efforts and just runtime error after runtime error after runtime error. Here's Buckner, 1 for 2. Bill has an RBI single. 3-2, the younger Sox, the world champion Sox, here in the bottom of the sixth. Buckner. There's a ground ball to Bellhorn, marked on the dirt, over to Millar for the out, 2 away. For Jody Reed, we got some pinch hitters, I'm sure. Who can hit a righty? I'm not going to turn this into an all-star game, but here's Mike Easler. Easler, this has got to be from either 84 or 85. Come on. Here we go. 84. Easler, primarily a DH, 289, 22 homers, and 83 RBI. Nobody on, 2 out, bottom of the sixth. Pedro delivers, and Easler right up the box. Petey over to first, and that will retire the side. So they go in order. We go to the seventh, 3-2, 0-1-0-5 Red Sox. They usually occur when Bernie clicks on something he shouldn't have instead of not doing anything, the program crashes. Yeah, it's a fussy program at times. So two changes here. Glenn Hoffman will play short. He's a 5. And it is righty, lefty, righty. And I suppose, to be fair, Bob Stanley coming in. Don't ask me what year for Stanley. 84, okay? He is 29 years old. Read that first, Ron. Okay. Fastball pitcher. No, he's not. He's a palm ball pitcher. That fastball tops out at 85. And a ground ball pitcher. He went 8-8 that year with a 3.25 earned run average and 8 saves. 97 innings, 95 hits, 8 homers. He walked 27, struck out 49. Nomar is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored. And Nomar greets him with a ground ball pass Hoffman for a base hit. So here's Ortiz. He is 0 for 2. He has walked and struck out twice. Stanley deals, and David hits one down to first. Buckner's only got, they might get 2. Throw to Hoffman for 1. Ortiz not a speed demon, and it is indeed a 3-6-3 double play. So Stanley induces a double play. The only problem with that was he had to put the runner on to do it. So here's Manny, has been hit by a pitch, walked and singled. He is 1 for 1. And this time a high ground ball to Barrett. Stretch time here on the back bay, and it remains 3-2 Sox. So, top of the lineup, the face Pedro, 27 batters, 106 pitches, 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Wade 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Martinez starts the 7th. Boggs a high ground ball. Martinez first base side throws to Millar for the out. So 1 out for Marty Barrett, who's 2 for 3. Marty is singled twice and scored once. Walked. Computer, by the way, is running the newer Sox. Here's Jim Rice. He has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1 and been hit by a pitch. Varitek and Martinez have a word. Pedro comes set. Here's the pitch. Sharp ground ball, might be 2. Garcia Parra way in the hole, and he's just going to eat it. So a smart play by Nomar not to force anything. And so it's first and second, 1 out for Dewey, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Evans hits a ground ball. This probably should be 2. Garcia to Bellhorn for 1. He pivots, throws to Millar for 2. So there's a 6-4-3. And we go to the 8th. The mid-80s Red Sox have left on 7. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the 8th. 3-2. World champion Sox. So Stanley to face Varitek, Nixon, and Millar. Jason is 1 for 3. He has singled, grounded into a double play, and driven in a run. And Gedman dropped strike 3. Where have we heard that before? So Varitek sprints to first. And here's Nixon, who is 1 for 2. He is singled and walked. Trot, this might be 2. Hoffman charges, flips to, only has a play to first. And Nixon's retired. So Varitek moves to second. 1 out for Millar. His 2-run homer in the 3rd right now is the difference. 1 for 2. Fly ball left field. Greenwell gives chase. He's there, and Varitek has to scamper back to the bag. Jason will go to 3rd to throw to Boggs. Not in time. So 2 out for Bellhorn. Who can hit a righty? Shea Hillenbrand. That's a name you haven't heard very often. Hillenbrand, the 2002 version. 279, 15 homers, 66 RBI. Varitek a big run at 3rd. I forgot to change it back. Stanley deals. Hillenbrand hits a base hit into right field. So Varitek scores. It makes it 4-2 Modern Sox. And Gabe Kapler will pinch run at first for Hillenbrand. Let me make sure I switch that back. Yeah, I did. So Stanley with Kapler on first will face Miller, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Bill, hard ground ball to Hoffman. Might be 2. Glenn goes to Barrett for... No, goes to first, because I don't think they need 2. Been a while since I played at this Fenway. And Miller is retired. And so Rolando Araujo will pitch for the newer Sox. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. It's 4-2. Well, Arroyo pitched in 2001, so if you forgot that he was with Boston, now you know. 32 years old, a fastball at 89, and a ground ball pitcher. He went 4-4 for the 0-1 Sox with 3 saves and an earned run average of .409. 92 in the 3rd innings, 86 hits, 8 homers. He walked 31, striking out 64. Greenwell, 1 for 2, an RBI, a double, a walk, and a strikeout. 4-2 Modern team as we start the 8th. Popped up right side. Nixon coming in. Millar comes out and makes the catch. 1 away for Ellis Burks, 1 for 3. A single and a run scored. Arroyo, there's a liner in the right field, and Nixon will get that one on a hop. I think it's Arroyo. Jose Offerman, by the way, moves into the game at second base. He will bat in the 8th hole and is a 4. So Mark Bellhorn's day is done. Here's Gedman. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Arroyo throws to first. Is that right? It's Arroyo or Arroyo? Bernie. Pitch to Gedman. And there's a base hit up the middle past a diving Offerman. And Damon will pick it up. So Burks goes to third. So runners on the corners for the 80s Red Sox. 1 out for Buckner, who is 1 for 3. Rolando tripping the light fantastic here in the bottom of the 8th. They have a ton of folks in their bullpen. Alan Embry, Casey Fossum, Myers, Keith Folk, El Guapo, Rich Garces, Kevin Lowe, Ramiro Mendoza, Mike Timlin, Oogie Urbina, and Timmy Wakefield. Arroyo, okay. Looking at the Red Sox pen, Tom Bolton, Bobby Ojeda, Joe Sambito, Mark Clear, Steve Crawford, Wes Gardner, and Calvin Schiraldi. So first and third, 1 out for Buckner, who was 1 for 3, a single and an RBI. Buckner hits a chopper to second. Offerman. They're going to try for 2. Burks is going to try and score. Garcia Parra for 1 to throw to Millar, and Arroyo gets out of it. A 4-6-3 double play sends us to the 9th. It is the 01-05 Red Sox 4, the mid-80s Red Sox 2. We traded him to the Reds, and he had a great career. Arroyo. Yeah, Bronson, who is not on this team. So Stanley is done. Tom Bolton. Yeah, Arroyo. Tom Bolton, the 87 version. 25 years old, ground ball plus pitcher, fastball at 92. Tom 1-2, an earned run average of 4.5. 46 innings, 59 hits, 3 homers. He walked 20 and struck out 35. Yeah, Bronson was Arroyo. Had some good years for Boston, too. Johnny Damon, by the way, is 0 for 4. Got him. Bolton got him on an 0-2 fastball. Here's Nomar. Nomar having himself a day. 3 for 4, 3 singles, and a run scored. It'll be Hoffman's spot, Boggs and Barrett in the 9th for the 80s Sox. Pitch to Nomar. There's a base hit past Barrett. And so let's see what the computer does with Mr. Ortiz. So it'll be Bolton's last batter either way. Ortiz has walked, grounded into a double play, and struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 8 left on for the Champion Sox. 2 runs, 9 hits, an error, and they've left on 9 for the mid-80s. Ortiz stays in the game and draws the walk, so Bolton's day is done. And it will be Calvin Schiraldi, and I imagine this is 87. It is 87 Schiraldi, 25 years old. Fastball, he throws it hard, man. 97. And is a fly ball pitcher. 6-4 with the 87 Red Sox. An earned run average of 3.21. He saved 8 ball games. 67 in the third innings. 56 hits. 10 homers. 28 walks and 74 strikeouts. And I imagine it'll be Folk in the ninth. Manny, 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and scored. Schiraldi deals. And Ramirez strikes out a 2-2 heater. Oh, goodness gracious. 2 out for Varitek. 1 for 4. A single, an RBI, and a run scored. And a strikeout. Schiraldi deals. And Varitek strikes out. So it will indeed be Keith Foulke, and I know how to pronounce that. We go to the bottom of the ninth. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. So this is going to be 2004 Foulke. He is 31 years old, a change-up pitcher. Fastball tops out at 87, and a fly ball pitcher. And Lou Merloni is going to play second base. Merloni is a 7 out there. Foulke en route to the World Series, 5-4. 24 saves, an earned run average of 3.5. 64 in the third, 58 hits. 8 homers, 16 walks, 56 strikeouts. Hoffman will bat, 258, 3 homers, and 19 RBI. Got him, 1 out. So a change-up swung on and missed for Boggs. Wade, 1 for 3. A single and a walk. Barrett, and if anybody should reach, Rice. To Merloni, 2 out. So last chance saloon for the Red Sox of my youth. Marty Barrett, 2 for 3. A single twice, scored a run, grounded into a double play, and walked. Foulke winds and deals, and there's a ground ball to Millar, and it's going to be the Champion Sox with a win. So they win this one by the score of 4-2. So not a bad game, eh? 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Champion Red Sox. They left on 10. 2 runs, 9 hits, an error for the mid-80s Red Sox. And they left on 9. Pedro Martinez gets the win. 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Walk 5. A lot of walks. That was fun. He struck out 4 through 116 pitches. Orojo, I think I'm saying that right, gets the hole, and Foulke gets the clean save for the mid-80s Red Sox. Clemens, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. Yeah, Jamie, it was fun. We're going to do the Nats and Expos tomorrow. A home run for Clemens. That was Kevin Millar. He's going to be your Digital Dice MVP, by the way. 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. Bob Stanley, Tom Bolton, and Calvin Schiraldi did that. So that's the first of our Turkey Day baseball games. We'll do the 80s Expos and the Mid-teens Washington Nationals tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Oh, see, Kevin and I would get along, Brad, a lot. Cowboy up. Anyone who could send Terry Francona a bag of dog do. That's just the way that team rolled. That's true. So there you go. The final score, the champs prevailed over the Red Sox of my teen years, 4-2. And I will get the name of the guy who did this. This is a beautiful homebrew set, absolutely free. Lots and lots of teams available. Al Red Sox fan is doing them. So till tomorrow at noon, when we do the Nats and the Expos, I'm Ron Juckett. Have yourself a wonderful Tuesday, everybody. So long.